Germany, the land of fast cars, slow paperwork, and people who follow rules so strictly they probably have a schedule for breathing. When you think of Germany, you might picture beer, sausages, and Oktoberfest. But there's so much more to this country. Things that will make you laugh, question reality, and maybe respect recycling a little bit too much. So buckle up, or as Germans would say, anschnallen bitte. These are the top 10 weirdest things that only happen in Germany. Let's go! Number 10. Bread obsession. Let me explain something very important about Germany. We don't simply eat bread. We treat bread, or Brot, like culture, like history, like emotional support. When people abroad say bread is bread, I immediately know they have never stepped inside a German bakery. Because in Germany there are not 5 types of bread, not 10, there are over 300 official varieties. And honestly, that is only the beginning. Every region has its own traditions, every bakery its own secret recipe, and every German has one Brot they will defend until death. You walk into a bakery here and it feels like entering a carbohydrate cathedral. You see names like Roggenbrot, Dinkelkruste, or Bauernleib. For foreigners, these words sound like boss fights. For us, they sound like home. We even have the German Bread Institute. Yes, that's a real thing. It researches bread, categorizes bread, probably dreams about bread. And in the city of Ulm, there is an actual bread museum. A whole building dedicated to flour and fillings. And here is something you must understand. If you insult German bread, we will not argue. We will simply stare at you with deep disappointment. Because Brot is not just food. It is the foundation of our national stability. Some countries have oil, Germany has bread. Number 9. Pfand, the bottle return system. In Germany, an empty bottle is not trash, it is not waste, it is Pfand. A financial instrument, a responsibility, a small but meaningful piece of national order. Every drink you buy comes with a deposit. 8 cents, 15 cents, sometimes 25 cents. And trust me, every German knows the exact number without ever having to check. We are born with this knowledge. It is in our DNA, somewhere next to the part that makes us arrive 10 minutes earlier. The Pfand system is simple. You return the bottle and the machine gives you money. A perfectly efficient circle of life. Mufasa would be proud. But the real magic happens in public spaces. Foreigners see someone collecting bottles and think, oh no, that person needs help. No, what you are seeing is a professional investor. That bag of bottles, that is a diversified portfolio. And at festivals, Pfand becomes a competitive sport. You put your beer down for 1 second, turn around, and your bottle has disappeared. It has already been claimed, scanned and turned into a financial gain. The Germans move fast when money is involved, especially 25 cents. The result? Germany recycles more than almost any country on Earth. Not because we care about the planet, well, maybe a little bit, but because nobody, I repeat, nobody, is leaving 25 cents lying around. If we applied the same energy to customer service hotlines, we would be unstoppable. Number 8. The Sunday Silence Law. In Germany, Sunday is not a day. Sunday is a commandment, a sacred institution, a national cool-down period where noise goes to die. We call it Ruhezeit, which means quiet time. But honestly, that translation is too weak. Ruhezeit is not just quiet. Ruhezeit is the complete absence of human activity. If peace and silence had a child, and that child became the strict school principal, that child would be Sunday in Germany. On this day, there is no mowing, no drilling, no vacuuming, no just quickly doing anything. If you drop a spoon on the floor, your neighbor will appear behind you like a Ruhe Ninja, ready to remind you that you are disturbing the holy atmosphere. There are real stories, yes, real, of people receiving written warnings for using a power tool on Sunday. Some landlords even put rules like no washing machine after 10 a.m. in the contract. It sounds extreme, but to us it is normal, it is order, it is harmony. The only time Germans break this rule is by accident. Usually when they realize they forgot milk. Then they stand at the refrigerator staring into the void, understanding that for the next 24 hours no supermarket will save them. Still, there is something beautiful about it. One day a week where the whole country just breathes. No capitalism, just birds, bread, and a level of silence that could intimidate a library. Number 7. Cash is still king. In Germany, technology moves forward, but only as far as our trust allows it. It is 2025. We have crypto, contactless payments, Apple Pay, Google Pay, probably soon no scan pay. But Germany still says cash bitte. You walk into a trendy cafe with neon signs and plant walls. They sell oat milk vanilla lattes for €7.50. You think, this place must accept cards. You pull out your card with confidence, and the barista looks at you like you just committed a crime. Sorry, bargeld only. Even government offices, the place where logic should live, sometimes refuse cards. You can buy a brand new BMW online with 3 clicks, but to pay your parking fine, you better have coins, lots of them, preferably exact change. Why? Because Germans do not trust debt. We do not trust invisible money. If we cannot hold it, count it, fold it, lose it behind the sofa, we are suspicious. Cash feels real, safe, ordentlich. The good news is, you become very good at mental math. Every German child can calculate €3,72 faster than a calculator. The bad news is, your wallet becomes so sick it could be used as a self-defensive weapon, but at least it is paid for in cash. Number 6. The toilet shelf mystery. Now we must speak about something truly unforgettable. Something that has traumatized tourists, confused scientists, and made every expat question their entire life. The German toilet shelf. Yes, many German toilets have a little platform, a horizontal stage inside the bowl where things happen. Foreigners see it and ask, why is there a shelf in my toilet? Germans just say, ja natürlich, this is normal. This shelf is officially called inspection platform. The idea, and please understand, we take this seriously, is that you can inspect your results before they are flushed away. It is for health. For science, it is in a way the most German thing ever created. But for tourists, pure psychological warfare. You flush once, nothing. You flush twice, the water does something strange. And the third flush, you begin to doubt physics itself. You stand there staring into the porcelain void, thinking, is this a test? Is Germany testing me? The answer is yes. In Germany, even the toilet has expectations. But honestly, this design proves one thing. German engineering is so advanced that even our bathrooms take quality control seriously. So if you ever encounter a toilet with a shelf, remember, it is not broken. It is simply German logic. Number 5. Recycling on a whole different level. In Germany, recycling is not just a habit. It is a system, a structure, a way of life. Some countries recycle to help the planet. Germany recycles because it is the correct thing to do. And we love correctness. We have bins for everything. Plastic, paper, metal, bio, glass. And the glass comes in 3 different colors: white, brown and green. If you put green glass into the brown bin, herzlichen Glückwunsch! You just committed a tiny social disaster. Your first week living in Germany, you will stand in your kitchen holding a yogurt lid, staring at it like it's a philosophical question. Is this metal? Is this plastic? Or is it both? Meanwhile, every German already knows the answer. We are trained from childhood. And then there is Problemmüll, a name which literally means problem trash. Electronics, old paint, batteries, basically anything that stresses you out emotionally goes into this category. We even have special pickup days. Wood day, metal day, whatever day. If you wait outside on the wrong day, you will be judged. But here's the impressive part. The system works. Germany has one of the highest recycling rates in the world. Not because we are perfect, but because nobody wants their neighbor knocking on the door saying, "Excuse me, but your Mülltrennung is incorrect." And yes, they will explain it to you with diagrams. Number 4. Ordnung muss sein. Order must be. In Germany, the phrase Ordnung muss sein is not a suggestion. It is not advice. It is a fundamental operating system installed in every German at birth. It means there must be order. And it is absolutely non-negotiable. You see this everywhere. Crosswalks, for example. If the light is red, even if it's 2 a.m., even if there is not a single car within 5 kilometers, a German will still wait. Because the rule says wait. And the rule is the rule. If you cross while it's red, someone will shout, "Das ist verboten!" They might not even know you, but correcting strangers is a national hobby. Quiet? Perfect. Beautiful. Mathematically precise. Everyone stands exactly where they should. No pushing, no chaos, just pure German architecture in human form. Even chaos in Germany has structure. If we had a tornado, it would probably call in advance to make an appointment. I once saw a protest in Berlin. Thousands of people chanting, shouting, marching. And then at the halfway point, they all stopped to pick up their trash. Signs, bottles, wrappers, gone. Clean. Order restored. This is not unusual. This is normal. Because in Germany, order is not just preferred, it is expected. And it is deeply satisfying. Number 3. Appointment culture. In Germany, spontaneity is not a personality trait. It is a threat to national stability. If you tell a German, "Let's hang out sometime," they will look at you like you just said, "Let's perform surgery in my kitchen." Here, everything requires an appointment. Everything. You don't say, "Let's meet tomorrow." You say, "Let's meet on Tuesday from 14:30 to 16. Location still pending. Weather permitting. I will send a confirmation email. Even doctors make appointments for future appointments. You will get a letter saying, "We will call you to schedule a time to call you." It feels robotic, yes, but there is a certain elegance in it. Everyone's time is valued. Everyone knows what to expect, and absolutely nothing happens by accident. If you invite a German to a birthday party, they will ask, "Is there a calendar link?" But here's the impressive part. Once a German agrees to a time, that time becomes a legally binding emotional contract. If they say, "See you at 3, they mean 3. Exactly. Not 3 and 1 minute, not 2:59, not running a little late. No, no, no. At 2:59, we are already standing outside your door and waiting for the clock to turn 3. To outsiders, it seems strict, I know. But to Germans, it is simply logical. Number 2. No small talk zone. In Germany, small talk is not a conversation style. It is a misunderstanding, a foreign concept, like pineapple on pizza. If you walk up to a German and say, "Hi, how are you?" they will look at you with deep suspicion and say, "Why do you ask?" Not because they are rude, but because to them this is an extremely personal question. We do not casually report our emotional status to strangers. We fill in a form for that. Talk about the weather? Impossible. If you say, "Nice day today," the German will look up at the sky, examine cloud density, humidity, wind levels, and tell you, "Actually, this is average for this month." Small talk becomes a scientific paper. But if you bring up something serious, climate change, politics, bread texture, suddenly the German activates. You have unlocked conversation mode. Now you will get a 45-minute lecture with statistics, sources, and maybe a graph. The beauty is, there are no fake smiles. Germans do not pretend to enjoy a conversation. If they want to talk, they talk. If they don't, they simply stare at you with a polite but firm expression that says, "I have other priorities." Once you get used to it, it's refreshing. No fluff. No exaggerated emotions, just facts, logic, and the occasional disappointed sigh. Number 1. Punctuality and trains. In Germany, time is not just important, time is holy. We treat punctuality the way other countries treat religion or national holidays. If a train is even 1 minute late, you will see Germans collectively losing faith in the universe. People stand there checking their watches like surgeons preparing for heart surgery. Some even start writing dramatic poems in their heads. There are entire apps dedicated to monitoring delays. We track trains the way other people track the stock market. Green means hope. Red means despair. And when Deutsche Bahn issues an apology, you can feel the emotional damage across the whole country. It is like a national moment of silence. Everyone just stands there thinking, how could this happen? Meanwhile, in other countries, a train not showing up at all is considered normal. In Germany, that would start a government investigation. But the best part, when a delay does happen, Germany always knows the exact reason. A goose on the tracks near Hanover, a leaf on a sensor in Kassel, a shadow looked suspicious in Frankfurt, and they will tell you the exact delay. 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Not a few minutes, precise, German, logical. And the crazy thing, they are usually right. Because in Germany you can be late, but only if you explain it with mathematical accuracy. So, there you have it. A land where bread is an art form, bottles are investments, and silence has legal protection. Weird? Absolutely. But that's what makes Germany beautiful. Precise, polite, and just the right amount of strange. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen.